Today I'm going to give you one final update in 2020 on the 2.5 gallon Pico Reef tank. Let's go. Whenever I see YouTubers drinking coffee on camera, it just makes me want coffee, so sorry. What is up, coral people? If you're new here, my name is Remy. This is the Bahama Llama Coral YouTube channel. Oh man, we are so close to 10,000 subscribers. I didn't even in my wildest dreams think that this was a thing or could be a thing in a year. So thank you so much. We're so close. So if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you're notified whenever I upload new videos. And just a reminder, we've got a sweet coral giveaway at 10,000 subs. I have a random question right off the bat. I haven't done this in a while, but I want to know, where are you watching from? Please comment below. Are you in the US? Are you in the UK, Australia, Bend, Oregon, Birmingham, Alabama, Des Moines, Buffalo, New York, Traverse City, Michigan? Just comment down below. Rep where you're from. All right, today I'm gonna take you through an update on the 2.5 gallon Pico Reef tank. I gotta be honest with you guys, I thought this tank was toast. And not like the good toast with like cinnamon and sugar and butter and stuff, like burnt toast. Let's head over to the tank and I'll show you. I did not know what to expect when I first started this tank. Wasn't sure if it was gonna be fun, wasn't sure if it was gonna be a disaster like my last two iterations of this, but this has been a pleasure and it's been so much fun. So the stand I built, super easy, just a piece of wood here, got some iron pipe. Little pro tip here that I got from Tyler, who has iron pipe that he used for his lights. Make sure to put some clear coat on here. Seal this up. See how I did a bad job here? And it's kind of rusting a little bit. Don't do that. Make sure that you get a clear coat on those. If you get the ones from the hardware store, if you get the ones that are like decorative and have already been treated, you should be good to go. I've been using the AI Prime. I had this extra and it's been fantastic. I went ahead and affixed it to the shelf like this so that I could run the wire all the way down and keep it wireless. And until I got this camera, it looks pretty good. By the way, if you haven't checked this out, this is one of the Blink cameras. I got this on Black Friday for a really great deal. They are super cheap. So I'm gonna go ahead and link to this in the description below. Great for if you're traveling and you wanna check in on your tanks. It has audio too, which is fantastic. Here's Johnny 5. Next, let's go to the filtration here. So this is the Azu Mignon, I think is what it's called. And a lot of people were like, it's hideous, you're not gonna like it. And yeah, it's cumbersome. It doesn't look super awesome on the tank. However, it does the job. And it adds some flow into the tank. I don't have to have an extra wave maker in here. And I also had a lot of comments like this is gonna be filled with algae. I've never cleaned this and this tank has been up for several months now. And you don't get a lot of nuisance algae with macro tanks because all the macros are taking up all the nutrients. So this is a little bit of marine pure that I had cycled in my frag tank. And as you can see, there's some sponge growth on here. So all good things, some pods living in there. And then for a heater, it's just an Aqueon preset heater. I think it keeps the tank around 76-ish degrees. You can tell I frosted the background and that allows me to illuminate this, which I prefer the orange color. So if you come around here and then you get this really cool look, kind of that freshwater planted tank look. But I mean, you can change it to whatever color, whatever mood you're in. I'll link to this little light bar in the description below as well, but also very, very cheap. This is Gracilaria Hya, the red, super easy to grow, and it's been doing great. The palm tree is the Caulerpa palspoides, or otherwise known as palm tree Caulerpa. And as you can tell, it has made its home here. It's traveled around the tank. It's so funny because it started over here and it's just sent a runner all the way around the tank. And here's the end of the runner right here. That's been traveling. And if you come back here, you can see a little shoot. See that little shoot right there? And that will be a full-size palm tree looking thing like these guys in just a matter of probably 4 or 5 days. They grow so fast in here. I have a little tiny bit of blue hypnea left. That's another one that didn't do too well off the bat. Here is, this is codium, and there's a couple different frags of that in there. It's really, really hard to the touch. It's not plant-like at all. This is a blue Suspicularia, and it's been doing really well. It's the only coral that's in here, and I just put it in there because it had fragged itself in my frag tank, and I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. And it's doing really well. By the way, if you like the Aquascape, it is by Aquatic Aptitude. She's been doing some really, really awesome pieces for larger tanks lately, so if you've got a big tank, she can aquascape something for you, and you don't even have to worry about that. This red stuff is Spiridia filamentosa, I think, and it's just been pretty much the same. Hasn't really done much. This is Caulerpa prolifera, and that's that flat kind of leaf right there. I lost a lot of that to start, but it looks like it's coming back in different spots. You can see this is what it does when it doesn't have enough nutrients. It goes translucent like that and melts away. One of my favorite macroalgae is dragon's breath. And you can definitely see it under the blue, but you can see the orange tips under the blue. This is probably one of the only macros that fluoresces under the blue light. I have been dosing Chaeto Grow since the start, so that gives some trace elements and iron and stuff like that. But then I've also been dosing NeoNitro from Brightwell. And this is just straight nitrates. So dosing that, and the algae loves it. I probably dose 1 to 2 milliliters of that every other day or so, and this tank has never looked better. It's weird that we're dosing nitrates, but when you have this much macro in a small tank, it's basically like a little refugium. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset because I just got a pom-pom crab for the tank, and I put him in there a couple days ago, and I have not seen him since. And unfortunately, I'm guessing he's probably in this mess back here, but I don't want to destroy the tank to find him. So pom-pom crabs are cool because they use 2 little anemones to protect themselves and catch food, and it's just a really cool symbiotic relationship. So you may have noticed a couple aptasias here and there. There's a couple right there, little babies. And there's definitely flatworms in here as well. I tend to mitigate those with water changes, you know, suck them out with an airline tubing. And it's kind of got me perplexed right now because normally you would mitigate that with a wrasse. The aptasia shouldn't be hard. I can just get a peppermint shrimp and they'll eat up all those little aptasias. But the flatworm thing is going to be a different obstacle that we'll need to tackle. So, but overall, this has been a great tank, and I'm so glad that it's in my collection. I think this tank is right on track, and it's so much fun to see it change on a daily and weekly basis. Like I said earlier, I'll probably get a peppermint shrimp as a resident for a little bit to clean up the aptasia. I wish that there was some form of invert that would take care of flatworms, but I don't think that there is. We might have to do flatworm exit. I guess I could put a fish in there for a little bit, but I just feel bad putting a fish in a 2.5 gallon tank. My biggest fear is that they're too far into their life cycle and there's too much in that tank to totally eradicate the flatworm. So if I just have to pull them out every single time I do a water change, then so be it. Are you macro curious? Would you ever think about putting together a saltwater planted tank? Comment down below. I think they're really starting to gain a little bit of popularity, and reefers are starting to see how many kinds of macroalgae there are. This little ecosystem has been so much fun to maintain, and it's always fun learning a new style of reefing. Now, if you want to see a macroalgae tank that is just teeming with life, you got to check out my buddy Tyler, or Inland_Reef. I did a video with him recently on his 2 tanks that he's got, and his tank with macros and gorgs and all these weird corals is so cool. You gotta go check it out. Links above and below. As you may have noticed, if you're watching in 2020, the channel is just below 10,000 subscribers. So if you could, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever I upload new videos. Gosh, it would be so cool if we could get together and do a big 10,000 subscriber celebration at upcoming convention or something like that, but who knows? what is happening here in the new year. We'll definitely be doing a giveaway at 10,000. So the sooner we get there, the sooner we will get to that giveaway. And I wanted to say, hey, Scott Crow, be on the lookout for a box that I just shipped you. Of course, perfect timing because I think the East Coast is supposed to get like 2 or 3 feet of snow or something like that. I got some llama goodies coming your way, so be on the lookout for that box. Make sure to send Scott Crow and the OSA crew some love. And you gotta check out the new store. It's coming along very, very quickly. And I'm eyeing those 165 water box frag tanks. Those are sweet and would make a really nice large lagoon setup. Throwing that out into the ether. We'll see what happens. So we're here down to the last couple of videos of the year. What do you want to see? I've got some ideas in my head, but I think the last video of the year is going to be kind of a look back and a look forward, kind of like what I did last year. Let me know. In the meantime, it's time for me to go watch the greatest Christmas movie of all time, Home Alone 2. Stay safe, and I will see you next week.